Luxury events are not just gatherings. They are worlds crafted for those who live beyond routine. The moment you step inside, the atmosphere shifts. Even the air feels softer, perfumed with notes of jasmine, oud, and sandalwood. Light falls in golden hues across polished marble, and the murmur of quiet conversations feels almost musical. These are not loud affairs. They exist in a rhythm of restraint, designed to please the eyes, calm the soul, and command respect. Guests don't just attend. They glide through corridors of glass and crystal, surrounded by an orchestra of courtesy. Every gesture, from a waiter's silent nod to the gentle sound of a champagne cork, follows choreography. Precise, effortless, invisible. Behind every luxury event lies a symphony of design and intention. Months of planning go into creating something that appears natural and effortless. Architects, florists, lighting designers, and sound engineers collaborate not to impress but to evoke emotion. The flowers might be imported from a single farm in the Netherlands. The lighting temperature is adjusted by the hour. Soft amber during greetings, deep gold during dinner, and pale silver as the night fades. Even the scent is designed, diffused through hidden vents to ensure every guest experiences calm. Every inch of space tells a story of devotion to perfection. For the elite, beauty is not decoration, it's discipline. The guest list is a masterpiece of discretion. No public promotion, no posters, no loud announcements. Invitations arrive on textured paper, sealed with wax, hand-delivered by couriers in black suits. Names are never spoken out loud. They're whispered between coordinators who understand the weight each carries. The attendees are titans of finance, fashion, art, and diplomacy. They don't need to introduce themselves, and their presence is introduction enough. Each guest walks with the assurance of legacy, aware that their time and silence are more valuable than gold. These are not parties. They're constellations of influence, and each name is a star. Culinary art in luxury events is nothing less than theater. Chefs from Michelin-starred kitchens are flown across continents to design experiences that awaken all five senses. The plates arrive like sculptures, edible art framed by porcelain and gold. The air carries the scent of truffles, saffron, and roasted almonds. Each course tells a story, from the freshness of ocean caviar to the warmth of dark chocolate soufflé. Wine pairings are chosen not by popularity but by memory, aged vintages that carry the quiet history of sun, soil, and patience. The dining experience doesn't ask for applause. It earns silence. Music and ambiance hold the heart of the event. There's no DJ screaming over speakers, only live orchestras, grand pianos, or quartets playing softly under chandeliers. The melodies move like time, unhurried, graceful, confident. The sound wraps around the guests, lowering their voices, slowing their thoughts. Sometimes a single violin fills the entire space, creating moments that feel eternal. Luxury is not about entertainment, it's about emotion translated into rhythm. The guests don't dance to impress. They move as if floating through harmony. Every note seems to know exactly where it belongs. Fashion at these gatherings is a language of legacy. The men wear tailored suits that take months to craft, each stitch carrying precision. Women wear gowns designed by couture houses known only to the inner circle. Fabrics are flown from Italy and Paris, jewelry pieces created for this night alone, yet nothing screams for attention. There's no competition, only coexistence. Silk against silk, diamonds whispering against velvet. Every ensemble tells a story of heritage, of generations that learned grace before glamour. Cameras are few and flashes are forbidden. Memory here is meant to be lived, not documented. Lighting in luxury events doesn't just brighten a room, it breathes emotion into architecture. The chandeliers shimmer like frozen stars, their reflections dancing across polished surfaces. Hidden LED lines accentuate columns, giving the illusion of floating walls. The shadows are not accidental. They are sculpted to create intimacy even within grandeur. As the night deepens, lights dim gradually, synchronizing with the tone of music and the scent in the air. Photographers capture expressions, not poses. The results look less like pictures and more like memories suspended in time. Every ray of light feels like it knows exactly whom it was meant to touch. Conversations in such places carry the power to change industries. There are no microphones, no panels, no stages. Deals worth millions are sealed in whispers over crystal glasses. Diplomats discuss art, designers discuss business, and actors discuss silence. The tone remains gentle, the words deliberate. This is where the world's direction shifts, not in boardrooms but in candlelight. For the wealthy, influence doesn't announce itself. It simply flows as effortlessly as the champagne in their glasses. Hospitality during luxury events is an invisible masterpiece. Every guest has a dedicated attendant who understands timing as intuition. Water is refilled without a gesture. Napkins appear before they are needed. Shoes are cleaned while you dine, coats pressed before you leave. The staff moves like shadows, graceful, wordless, trained to vanish before being noticed. Every action follows an ancient rhythm of respect. The beauty of such service lies in its disappearance. It exists only to make others forget that service was ever needed. Entertainment is never loud, never exaggerated. Sometimes a ballet dancer performs under soft blue lights, her movements as delicate as perfume. Sometimes a poet reads 2 lines and leaves the room silent for minutes. Digital projections turn ceilings into starfields. Art installations come alive with motion. Fireworks erupt beyond the garden, but they shimmer quietly, their glow reflected on crystal glasses. Nothing here is designed to overwhelm. Everything is meant to inspire stillness. Luxury is refinement, and refinement is restraint. When the night begins to fade, the ending unfolds like a farewell symphony. Dessert arrives, candlelight, delicate, fleeting. Laughter softens into quiet conversation. Guests rise slowly, greeted by cool night air scented with lavender and rain. Outside, a fleet of black cars waits in perfect formation, headlights dimmed, engines silent. Each guest receives a small gift, perhaps a rare fragrance, a handcrafted pen, or a single preserved rose in crystal glass. Not for value, but for memory, because in luxury, even gratitude must be eternal. As the last guest departs, silence fills the hall once more. Staff begin clearing tables in silence. Candles extinguished one by one, the scent of wax and orchids lingering. The room seems to exhale, a gentle sigh of completion. Tomorrow it will look like nothing ever happened, yet something unforgettable did. That is the essence of a luxury event. It doesn't exist to be seen, but to be remembered. No applause, no chaos, just perfection that begins and ends like breath. Invisible, necessary, timeless.